Hi, Scruffy. How you doing? Sorry I'm a little late tonight. Ready? Okay, ready for food, huh? Yeah, you're really close to the door. I didn't see you. I thought maybe you were going to show up late tonight. But yeah, maybe you've been sitting right next to the door for a while. So I got super supper with kibble. Yeah, it's been getting noisier on that street. I don't know, maybe things are starting to get closer back to normal, even though there's still a lot of restrictions on going out. Okay, well, how about we get dinner started? So I got your food here, so you pick it up and then we'll take it out. So coming through the door, put it on the table. Water. Close the door. Change your water. How does that sound? Okay, so get your old water out. And get your new water in. Okay, and sit down. And let me get the glove on. You're too fast for me. So the weather was supposed to be about 5 degrees warmer today than yesterday, but in fact it actually got colder. I think it was probably about 5 degrees colder than yesterday, and the wind picked up a little bit. I actually saw some people flying some kites today at the park. So I didn't see much of Scruffy. I think I caught a glimpse of his reflection midday. I think that's the last I saw of him. So the sun kind of disappeared today. Had a lot of clouds, so he kind of wants me to go under his chin, but then he kind of reacts badly sometimes when I do that. So I'm not sure what his deal is. So maybe if I had not, oops, okay. Maybe if I didn't have such a big glove, might be a precise area he wants me to rub, but I can't do it with the glove. But yeah, he's still prone to attack, so I can't take the glove off. Because I don't want to get scratched or bitten. And if I get bitten, chances are I have to get animal control involved and rabies shots, and that would be very bad. Top of his head. So I was having some trouble sleeping last night. My body was feeling pretty exhausted, but wasn't actually sleeping well. I woke up before sunset. Yeah, he almost did something there, but he didn't, so that's good. So I ended up waking up before sunset and really exhausted. So I spent a while trying to go back to sleep. Finally went back to sleep. And then, woke up really late. And I was still kind of exhausted. So, I don't know. Body might be telling me something. Yeah, I can feel that loose piece of fur on his left side, under his chin. It's really hard. So that could be what's setting him off. When I get under there, I might be hitting that. A little tempted to come out with some scissors, cut off all this hanging torn fur, but I don't know if he trusts me enough. And then I have to be careful near his whiskers. So I went for a run today because of the... Whoa. He opened his mouth there. My finger actually went into his mouth. Angle was wrong. I couldn't even see it myself, but I could feel it. So because of the cool weather, I was debating if I should wear heavy clothes or light clothes. I did a compromise, did a sweater, but just shorts, no long pants. On my first lap, because of the wind chill, I was starting to feel cold. Thought she should have wore pants. Then by the second lap, I was overheating. I was thinking, gee, the sweater might be too much. So I, time-wise, I forgot to actually check my time on the first lap. On the second lap, I kind of came out to about where I'd been recently. So, no better, no worse. Third lap, I actually think I made a slight improvement. So my total time, I think, had me in my second best time. So it wasn't just my best time, so I think it was my second best time. I don't know, I don't keep good enough track. I don't write them down, but I have general markers. I say, okay, this is a nice round number I can remember, and so when I hit those round numbers, I kind of remember that. And then my fourth lap, I did fall off a little bit, but not too badly, so I think it's probably my overall second best time. So I did think, I actually did pretty well. So I wasn't struggling like the last time I went. I completely fell off. on that fourth lap. Okay, Scruffy, I think we're about time here, so I'm going to wrap this up and we'll get you your food. How does that sound? Like food? I think you want food, don't you? Okay, so let's get you your food, okay? Okay, so let's get the brush out of the way here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to brush you. So you can get your tail a little bit. Yeah, you have a little bit of a knot at the end of your tail there. And you have a leaf stuck on your side there. So some people were out today at the park, even though it was kind of cold. So it was actually nice to see some people out for once. Actually some barbecues going. So I mentioned kites earlier. I haven't seen barbecues in a long time. So made me hungry. Okay, I'm gonna switch brushes. So since I got up late, I didn't get as much work done as I should have. So I'm still trying to finish up my business taxes and miscellaneous taxes and paperwork. So I'm gonna get that all done. So I'm not terribly happy about writing out checks for basically a business that's completely in the red. So basically all I have are losses across the board. I actually didn't even make anything this year on my business, yet the government, the local government, still requires me to pay a bunch of money to them because they are ruthless and evil and heartless. So I think I'm done. And then not only that, I gotta pay the estimated or the taxes for the upcoming year in advance. So yeah, I'm not happy. So, another reason I think I need to move. So here there are actually some states that, countries for that matter, that actually don't treat you like a cow. An ATM. And they actually have some reasonable rules, like, gee, if you don't make money, I guess you probably don't have to pay us anything. Gee, imagine that. So I think I'll probably be able to finish up the paperwork tonight and Then I just need to mail it all off and write the checks. So when I mail it, though, I have to mail it certified, so I have to go to the post office and deal with that. So I learned the hard way that you should always mail official government documents certified, because they can easily, quote unquote, lose your paperwork and then you pay penalties. So even if you do everything right, they find a way to stick it to you still. It's a little racket they got going, so I'm going to pay them on top of that. Just, you can mail something certified to prove that you mailed it. And I found out there was a really evil scam. The post office, I think they still have it. They have two different things. The classic one's certified mail, and then some years back they introduced something called proof of delivery, I think, or receipt of delivery. So basically, both of them, basically offer proof that something was delivered to the correct place. So figure wouldn't really matter which one you use. I think the proof of delivery is a little bit cheaper, so so there's an incentive to use that one. So there was, I think it's a famous, well, I don't know about famous, but there was a lawsuit. I think the IRS, I can't remember if it was the IRS or some local tax agency sued a taxpayer. Or maybe it was the other way around. So the agency went after a taxpayer for not paying his taxes. He said, "Hey, look, I mailed this with proof of mailing. You guys got it. You guys got my money. It's not my fault you lost it, and I'll be happy to write you another check, but I don't deserve to be penalized for the fact that you lost the paperwork. I shouldn't have to pay late fees and penalties." And so it went through the courts, and then ultimately the courts ruled that because he used the certificate, or the certificate delivery instead of certified mail, it didn't count. So there's a really stupid ruling in my opinion, but basically they're arguing that certified mail goes through a completely different process to prove that was delivered, and so that's the only one that's sanctioned officially by the government. So even though both of them are provided by the post office and effectively government functions, you're screwed anyway. You got to pay the penalties. So lesson is never use certificate of mailing, always use certified mail. So I'm glad I didn't get stuck with that one. Though I think at one point early on, before I learned about that, I think I may have mailed something, the certificate mailing, I can't remember. But ever since I heard about that lawsuit and the guy losing it, mailed it certified. Because I did have a problem once where, not the IRS, but the state government lost my payments. Actually, no. I take it back. They actually didn't lose it. They were just so far behind on the processing, it looked like they lost it. They had a huge backlog. And it took them something like 8 months or something for them to cash my check. So fortunately, they didn't hit me with any late fees, because after they cashed the check, everything was good. But after that little panic, it's like, yeah, I need to probably mail certified from now on. Don't take any chances, because the penalties are very steep and ridiculous and evil for being even a day late. I remember I missed my deadline on my city business tax one year. I think I was late by a day, and I can't remember. It was like a ridiculous fee. I think it was like close to like a third, 33% penalty just for being a day late. And they tier it too. So it's like if you're like 30 days late, it's like, ridiculous, a third or something like that. And then if you're 60 days late, it's like 50% or something like that. And then if you're like over that, it's like another huge penalty. It's there's actually a constitutional amendment that forbids outrageous penalties. I forgot which amendment it is. It's in the Bill of Rights. I think it's like 7th or 8th Amendment. Nobody ever talks about it. But yeah, we should have like tons of like lawsuits affirming that constitutional amendment, that Bill of Rights, to protect us from these ridiculous, outrageous fees. There was I remember coming across somebody who was talking about it, and he was actually going to push the lawsuit if the government didn't back down. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.